too. Sorry, I was having a little technical issue with the streaming. So we're back. So we're going to give you guys a minute or two to jump back on board this evening or this morning. Thank you for your patience. So as you can see with me today, I have Suzanne. She is my lovely model today for today, and she's been modeling. This is our session number six.
Yeah.
Six. So yes. Hey, good morning, Rita. Glad you could join us. Guys, as you jump on board, just because sometimes I have like a gremlin that lives in my computer and likes to mess around with my streaming, if you can just give me a shout out and let me know that you can hear me, you can see me, all that kind of good stuff. So for those of you who are joining me for the first time, my name is Cosi Belloso. I'm a physical therapist, amputee specialist here in Tampa, Florida. I normally host a talk show at night on Wednesday evenings at 8:30 p.m. And there I answer all of your questions about recovery from limb loss. And now in the mornings, we have the Strong Body live show. So Strong Body is a program that I designed with over 150 exercise videos for above the knee and below the knee amputees of all levels of amputation and all levels of fitness. And with that program, I've published 2 books, one for below the knee and one for above the knee. It is full of exercises. So I'm going to go ahead and type in the comments section, the website there. Hey, good morning, Kim. Glad you could join us this morning. All right. My computer just does not want to cooperate today, but that's okay. We're going to make it work. Can you guys hear me okay? All right. So last week, folks, we talked about quadriceps and the quadriceps muscle, right? So the quad muscle is that nice big muscle at the front of the thigh, and it helps with pretty much everything related to gait. It helps with having you stand up straight. It helps with moving your knee if you are a below the knee amputee. It helps with movement in your hip. So last week, we talked a lot about how to activate those quads and how to get your brain to really get those fibers recruiting, right? So today, we're going to do the opposite. We're going to go to the back of the thigh and we're going to give the hamstrings a little bit of love. Rupert, I am working on getting that book out there as soon as I possibly can. But in the meantime, Rupert, take a look at the video exercise subscription program because you can start working on the video exercises directly from my website. All right. So for this first one, those of you who are following the book, those of you who have purchased the book for the below the knee, okay, we are on pages, let me tell you, pages 25 and 26. It's the one labeled hamstring stretch sets with prosthesis and hamstring sets without prosthesis. You can find it in the leg section, phase 1. And for those of you who are using my online video program, again, you can find these exercises that we're going to be doing today, phase 1 legs. Is it a terrible connection, Mark? I do apologize. This is the only connection I was able to get this morning. So we're going to start with Suzanne. And as you can see, we're going to start off without the prosthesis on. I always like to encourage my folks to try things with and without prosthesis. And however it is that you're able to engage the muscle best, that's what you should be doing, okay? Do I prefer people to do their exercises with their prosthesis on? Yes, because it makes that brain really recognize that that is now your leg. That being said, sometimes you can do the contraction of the muscle better without the prosthesis. So that's why I have both options included in the videos and in my book. Okay, so as you can see, Suzanne's in a comfortable sitting position. Her sound leg is just comfortable. And some of you might be more comfortable having your knee bent up, straight out. It just needs to stay out of the way for now, okay? So we're gonna have her with a towel roll under the end of her residual limb so that her knee is slightly flexed. Not flexed all the way, not all the way out straight, just kind of halfway flexed like this, okay? And what we're trying to do is we're trying to activate the hamstrings. The hamstrings are those big muscles that basically constitute the back of your thigh. Okay, so all of that soft tissue right there on the back of your thigh, those are your hamstrings, okay? And they start in the back of your pelvis and they go all the way down and attach below your knee, right around here, okay? So those of you who are my below the knee amputees, your hamstrings are completely intact, okay? Those of you who are above the knee amputees, your hamstrings have obviously been transected somewhere along the way, but you can still activate them, okay? So she's got the towel roll on under here. I'm gonna hold the end of her residual limb so it doesn't slide out, okay? And what she's gonna do is she's gonna just push her thigh into the mat. Okay, and you can see that movement right there. She's going to hold the contraction for 5 seconds, and then she's going to release. Okay, and then I'm going to switch my hand placement so you guys can see a little bit better. Okay, let me jump over here on this side. Okay, all right, so I'm going to hold the end of her residual limb. Okay, and you can see her muscle back. Oh, my fingers are cold. No, okay, so when she does the contraction, you're going to see her hamstrings kind of jump a little bit as they start to contract. So go ahead. And I'm putting my fingers back here because your quad is going to activate when you're doing this movement, guys, and that's a normal part of it. You're going to activate some of those quad muscles, but we're really trying to isolate the hamstrings. Go ahead and relax. Okay. Now this time, instead of just pushing down, I want you to push down and pull, almost as if you're trying to bend your knee. There. Okay. So that was a slightly different movement, and here's how I'm trying to explain it to her. Relax. Okay. Part of what your hamstrings do is they help extend your hip, but they also help bend your knee for those of you who have your anatomical knee, okay? So way to activate those hamstrings, it's not only pushing your residual limb down, but it's pushing it down and back, almost as if you're trying to scrape gum with the bottom of your residual limb, okay? So she's going to do that movement again. As you can see, her limb isn't actually moving. She's just doing the contraction, all right? Push down, pull, push down, and then pull back. There. And then relax, okay? It's not as easy as it looks. It takes a little bit of time to kind of get that. So what I tell folks is to put their fingers right behind their knee. And if they can feel that little muscle twitching, then that's how they know they're activating the hamstrings. Marianne, 5 degrees in South Dakota. So now I feel like we're showing off here in a light sweater here in beautiful Tampa right now. She's wearing her shades. All right, guys. So this is how it's going to work. So she's going to push down and then pull back as if she's trying to bend her knee. Okay, go ahead, push down and try to bend your knee. Bend your knee. There. There, as if you're pulling against here. Oh. There we go. There we go. There we go. And guys, this one's a little bit trickier to kind of show people what it is you want them to do because the natural tendency is to want to bend the knee from up here. So I'm trying to get her almost like to pull. So I guess I should probably say this. I've got my hand back here and I'm going to have her pull back on my hand. There. Right there. And now she's activating that hamstring. So as you can see, guys, it's going to take a few tries before you get the right contraction. And in some people, I just put my hand down here to get them to activate it. For other folks like Suzanne, I have my hand behind her calf and I'm having her try to pull on my hand. And that got her to activate her hamstrings nicely. So let's try that again. Go ahead and pull. There, right there. Right there. And it's also activating some of her calf muscle here, which is also a nice bonus right there. So she's pulling, holding the contraction, and then relaxing. Okay. Okay. Pull. Pull, pull, pull. Good. Now we're getting a much better contraction here. It's like her muscles are starting to go, oh, wait a second. This is what we have to do. So I'm starting to see more recruitment here of those muscle fibers. Okay. And then she's going to relax. So now I'm going to have her put her prosthesis on. Okay. And I'm going to show you how to do it with the prosthesis on. Now, for my above the knee amputees, guys, it's the same procedure. Okay. With your residual limb as an above the knee amputee, you're going to place your towel roll underneath the end of your residual limb. Okay. And again, you're going to have to troubleshoot by pushing your limb down in different ways. Sorry. Sorry. We're good. So you might have to troubleshoot as an above the knee amputee as well, pushing down in different ways just to see until you start feeling those muscle fibers on the back of your thigh activating. Okay. So with the prosthesis, we're actually going to take the towel roll out. Okay, she's going to bend her knee maybe just a little bit straighter, just a little bit right there. And I'm holding her foot here so it doesn't go skittering out, okay? And it's the same process. She's going to kind of push down right there. Good. And in her case, she activates her hamstrings better with the prosthesis on. Why? Because she's got that extra lever arm, right? So this might be one that you want to troubleshoot. Those of you who are my below the knee amputees, troubleshoot with prosthesis on, with prosthesis off. And even those of you who are my above the knee amputees, okay, try it with your prosthesis on. And it could be that the visual of seeing your prosthetic knee moving up and down that might start to activate those hamstrings better. Again, you got to play around with this exercise a little bit to get things moving. Okay, so we're going to do that again. I'm holding her foot so it doesn't go anywhere. And then she's going to push down in her prosthetic heel. There we go. Now she's doing it. So in the quad sets, I had her focus on pushing her knee down. Here, I'm having her visualize pushing her prosthetic heel down, okay? So it's activating the back part more, okay? We're gonna do it one more time. She's gonna push down in the prosthetic heel, good. Not quite. Okay, ready? Relax. So you gotta troubleshoot, guys. It doesn't always come out perfect the first time. Push down and then pull. Like pull your heel towards you. There. Now, ooh, that was a good one. Now you just gotta hold it. All right. So the cue I gave her was push down with her prosthetic heel and pull back. Okay. So that's how she's activating those hamstrings really, really nicely. Okay, I'm gonna switch to this side because I can't see with the sun. All right, guys. So why is it that I have her do the contraction and hold it? Okay. The longer she holds that contraction, the more her brain is going to say, let's recruit more fibers. Okay. It's like if there was a big old brick wall and it was about ready to fall down and you have 3 guys holding it to prevent it from falling down. The longer those guys are, the more they're going to say, hey, you come over here and help me. Hey, you come over here and help me. That's how your muscle contraction works. The longer you hold that contraction, the more your brain's going to say, hey, you muscle fibers, go help and make that contraction stronger. And that's part of how a muscle overall gets stronger, when you start to learn to recruit more fibers. All right, guys, tonight we've got a lot of great questions that you guys have submitted for tonight's show. I can't wait to do it. So guys, tune in tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're going to be able to find me on my Cozy Talks Facebook page and YouTube channels. Guys, if you haven't already had the chance, go check out my Strong Body website. Look at the video subscriptions and the books. Really great videos that are on there. All right, guys, I will see you tonight, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.